Shall we explore Korea's seas and rivers? Many travelers visiting Korea find themselves curious about its natural landscapes. Most people think of Korea as a country full of mountains, but Korea is also home to beautiful seas and rivers. While traveling in Korea, visitors often face a small dilemma. Should they head to the sea or enjoy the scenery along a river? The sea offers waves and wide open horizons. Rivers, on the other hand, blend city life with nature. So many travelers end up wondering about one thing. If you're in Korea, which should you visit first, the sea or the river? Let's start with Korea's seas. One thing surprises many foreigners. It's the first thing they notice. It isn't the ocean, it's the convenience stores by the beach. In Korea, reaching the sea takes less time than people expect. From Seoul, you can reach the East or West Sea in just a few hours. And when you arrive, you'll notice something unusual. Some travelers joke that the convenience store feels closer than the ocean. So, what happens if you get thirsty after swimming? In Korea, you simply walk out of the water and grab an ice cream from the nearby store. Another interesting feature appears along many beaches. Cafes and restaurants are often right next to the shoreline. Grilled clams, seafood stew, and fresh sashimi are everywhere. Some visitors even say, "This isn't a beach trip, it's a food tour." Along the East Coast, there's another special experience. Watching the sunrise over the ocean has become a popular tradition. Places like Jeongdong-jin, Gangneung, and Ulsan fill with people at dawn. Visitors sometimes joke that in Korea, even the sunrise is a group event. Island travel is another highlight of Korea's coastline. There are many islands to explore, like Jeju, Ulleungdo, Gojae, and Tongyong. Because of this, travelers often say something surprising. There are more island travel options in Korea than we expected. Of course, Korea's seas aren't perfect all the time. The water isn't always that turquoise color. Especially along the west coast, the water can look different. Some visitors laugh and say, "This looks more like milk tea than the ocean." Another thing people notice about Korean beaches, the waves are often relatively calm. Because of that, surfing spots are somewhat limited. Some surfers say the surfing scene here is still growing. And during the summer, the beaches transform completely. In July and August, crowds grow dramatically. At famous beaches like Haeundae or Gangneung, people sometimes joke there are more people than ocean. Another surprise awaits many visitors. Swimming areas at Korean beaches are clearly marked. If you go beyond those areas, a whistle quickly follows. Some foreigners laugh and ask, "Are there traffic police in the ocean?" In the end, Korea's seas feel a little unique. They're not just nature, they're a mix of culture and daily life. That's why many visitors say the same thing. Korea's beaches aren't just scenery, they're an experience. Now let's talk about Korea's rivers. Many visitors are surprised to see huge rivers flowing right through major cities. Korea has several major rivers: the Han, Nakdong, Gum, Yongsan and Somjin rivers are among the most well-known. The Han River in Seoul is especially striking. It almost feels like a sea running through the city. Along the riverbanks, you'll find walking paths and cycling routes. Many people say it feels more like a giant city park than a river. In Korea, rivers aren't just natural spaces. They're also places where people relax, walk, and exercise. In quieter places like the Somjin or Gum River areas, travelers can experience peaceful countryside scenery. Riverside areas are also perfect for outdoor activities. People enjoy cycling, walking, or even fishing along the banks. Because of this atmosphere, some visitors describe it this way: the river feels like a huge outdoor playground. Another striking feature is the length of the river paths. For example, bike trails along the Han River stretch for many kilometers. So, riding along the river can feel like exploring the entire city. It's almost like sightseeing on two wheels. At night, the river shows a completely different side. Bridge lights and city skylines reflect beautifully on the water. That's why many people walk along the river after sunset. Visitors often say the river becomes a nighttime attraction. However, Korean rivers also have a downside. Swimming in them is generally not common. For safety reasons, swimming is restricted in most areas. Some travelers ask, with rivers this big, why can't we swim? Another thing visitors notice is the water color. It isn't always crystal clear. Because of that, people sometimes joke, this river is better for walking than swimming. But the scenery changes beautifully with the seasons. Cherry blossoms appear in spring, and autumn brings colorful leaves. Because of this, visitors often say the river shows a completely different view every season. So, Korea's rivers feel quite unique. They combine natural scenery with everyday city life. That's why many travelers describe them this way. Korean rivers aren't just nature, they're shared cultural spaces. In Korea, nature is often part of daily life. Beaches are travel destinations, while rivers become public spaces. People tend to enjoy the ocean for scenery and seafood. Rivers, on the other hand, are perfect for walking and relaxing. And thanks to Korea's efficient transportation system, travelers can easily visit both the sea and the rivers. There's a saying people sometimes use in Korea: the sea begins the journey, and the river slows the day down. If you have time, it's worth visiting both. But if time is short, even the nearby beaches and islands around Incheon can be a great choice.